हाँ प्लीज। Learning is the bridge between who we are today and who we dream to become tomorrow, which reminds us that education and experience connect our present to our future. Good morning, everyone. I, Preeti Deshpande, Senior Student Manager at Balaji Institute of Management and Human Resource Development, intern at Tata Power.
And I, Siddhant Wagmare, Senior Student Manager at Beam HRD, and I had the honor of interning with Cybernetic together. We are delighted to be your hosts for today's inspiring session.
A very warm welcome to our Director, Deputy Director, honorable faculty members, and our fellow student managers. We are grateful for your presence on this special day.
The academic rigor team at Sri Balaji University, Pune proudly launches its curated Masterclass series, designed to enrich learning beyond the boundaries of traditional classroom. Today, we are truly honored to welcome a dynamic and inspiring leader, Ms. Sangita Sarkar.
To express our heartfelt appreciation, may I now request Senior Student Manager Kavita Singh and faculty member Dr. Binod Sir to come forward and present a bouquet to our honored guest.
Before we proceed further, we would like to share a few proud achievements of Sri Balaji University, Pune. At SBUP, we are not just students, we are student managers, trained through corporate mentorship, rigorous training, and real-time industry exposure. Our institution consistently maintains an impressive 97% placement record, backed by an updated curriculum, advanced IT infrastructure, and strong recruiter engagement.
It gives us immense joy to share the Time B School Survey 2025 rankings, where SBUP has once again proved its excellence. SBUP stands fourth among private universities in India, second in Maharashtra and Western India, 10th among the top 100 B schools in the nation, and in placements proudly positioned in the top 12 in India and second among private B schools. These achievements reflect SBUP's continuous pursuit of excellence, its stronger industry orientation, and its commitment to shaping student managers into future leaders.
And now, I believe everyone is eager to hear from our distinguished guest.
Indeed, Siddhant. Without further delay, I now invite Senior Student Manager Anshika Rawat to formally introduce our esteemed guest, Ms. Sangita Sarkar ma'am.
Good morning everyone, respected directors, deputy directors, faculty members and my fellow student manager. I, Anshika Rawat, Senior Student Manager, specializing in PM and HRD from Balaji Institute of Management and Human Resource Development, interned at JSW Steel. It is my honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed guest, Ms. Sangita Sarkar, National Lead Talent Acquisition at IB Group. Ms. Sarkar is a seasoned HR professional with over 18 years of rich experience in training, recruitment, and talent management. She led impactful initiatives in talent acquisition, organizational development, making significant contribution to build people-centric workplaces. She holds a dual MBA in training and development and leadership skills and has pursued a PhD in human resource management systems from Institute of Business Management Studies. Her expertise spans across social media recruitment, employer branding, and campus engagement areas in which she has successfully built strong connections between organizations and future talent. As a certified internal trainer, she has conducted numerous orientation, management, and behavioral workshops, shaping the professional journeys of many. What makes Mrs. Sarkar's profile truly unique is her additional knowledge in forensic psychology and criminal profiling, which is she integrates to bring fresh perspective into HR practices, especially in understanding behaviors and organizational dynamics. She is also trained in Jack Welch leadership coaching, specializing in leadership identification and development, equipping organizations to recognize and nurture future leaders. Known as transformational anarchist, she passionately believes in challenging the driving innovation and fostering excellence in the talent space. Her mission is to create a lasting impact by enabling both organizational growth and employee transformation. We are indeed privileged to have such an inspiring and dynamic leader with us today. I warmly welcome Ms. Sangita Sarkar to address us.
So these are the students, right? Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good to see so many females together, yeah, after a long time. Okay, so too many about me. So what is your expectation from today? I can see a single row of guys who are like amidst the entire female crowd, and they are trying to be a part of it, which is good. Okay. So what is the expectation, like, if somebody can help me out? See, I am a person of behavior, I am a person of activities. I am not a person of PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so I would not let you sleep, that much I can say. Okay, this is what I am known for. Okay, because it's not an age to sleep. And not only that, there are very many things as future HR leaders you should understand. Apart from the knowledge or the subjective or the theoretical knowledge you are going for through your studies, there are many things in HR which you need to understand, for which I am here, like I have been told by your seniors, in order to address emotional intelligence and soft skills in HR, right? So what we would try to do is to do some activities in order to understand, are you emotionally intelligent or not? So everybody is ready for that, right? A little bit of loud things should be there. Okay. So anybody who is going to tell me what is the expectation, I gave you in a nutshell that this is what I'm going to do. So anybody who is going to tell me, like, any such expectation you have which you want to share? Yeah? Can I have any of the voice coming up? Yeah. You will not be able to understand on what parameters are you getting judged, right? AI would be having its own algorithms to judge you. So obviously, but unless and until you understand AI and expressing AI, you will not be able to understand the camera and its AI focus. So it is all about understanding your body language and it's your area of emotional intelligence, and then sitting for chatbot interview and understanding how you are going to face it. Your observation would play a great role. So first what we will do, we will try to see how good observers are you people. You would be the interviewer, you would be the interviewee only. Okay? Anybody else having some expectations from today? Are you people this quiet? I am doubtful. Okay. Fine, कोई कुछ नहीं बोलने वाला. चलो. So how many heads do you have here now? कितने लोग हैं? Don't tell me now you're going to count yourself. Around 100. Okay. So, among all of you sitting here, whom of you do you like? see yourself as a leader. You feel that you are a leader. Can I see few hands? लड़कों में सोच सोच के 2 हाथ, 3 हाथ. लड़कियों में इतने सारे. Okay, fine. चलो. So let's like pick and choose, can't help. So can I have 2 guys from this part of the guys team? Please vote yourself, nominate yourself, whatever you want to do, please stand. 2 from here, 4 guys I need. And you have to work with your entire female team. So be cautious of that. Okay, so 4 male candidates, and let's have 6 female candidates. Nominate yourself, who all are going to come. जाइए बाहर जाइए आप दोनों. Yeah, 6 female candidates, please. जल्दी कीजिए. एक बाकी क्या हुआ? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we should have 6 females and 4 males. Okay. Done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is she coming and joining the group? We need another female? Nahi, ho gaya. Right, done. Okay. Now the rest team, you have to pick and choose your team. Lad mat lena, bus. It has to be equal contribution of guys, huh? ज़्यादा लड़के नहीं चाहिए टीम में. ज़्यादा लड़के दूसरे को खींचेंगे. दोनों लड़कियां जल्दी. You have to see, if it's 100, then you have 10 people, 10 each, in each team. If it's 100, if it's less than that, then we have to do some permutation combination. Okay, each of the leaders, they are going to take one corner and ask their team to come and join. They should not stand together. Engage with the people you want to come up with as a team. And stand together. So I should see 10 teams standing at different corners. Okay. So what we need to do is, we have 10 leaders who have nominated themselves. 10 leaders would be having equal followers with them. There should be 10 teams, and 10 teams would be having their own zones. They would be having their own specific locations. They would stand away from each other. Sab ek jagah pe nahi. Yes, like that. Very good. Yeah, so 10 teams ho gaye, ban gaye. So each of the leaders, how many people are there in your team? 10. Yeah? 10? 13? All of a sudden, 10 से 13 कहाँ पहुँच गए? ज़्यादा दोस्ती. 10? यहाँ? How many people in this team? 5? If you are 100, then all of you should be in 10. Okay, so there is a learning, a small learning from this activity. Can you tell me what? No. And what skill did you show? True, huh? Friendship. We are trying to pull each other. So, it's not a team bond, nor it's something where we are showing our leadership skill. It is where we are showing our comfort level. Whoever we are comfortable with, we are pulling them. Please try and understand, if you are going to be futuristic HR people, you cannot work in a comfort zone. When you are trying to call people who are connected to you or who listen to you, that means you are not ready for challenges. This is also an activity which was not told to you. I wanted to understand the behaviors. This is a common human behavior that whenever we are trying to make a team, we try and understand the people whom we know to be with us. It's not bad, but this is a practice which we do. But the real challenge in your life, or maybe with your coming up jobs and anything, would be to working with the not comfortable people. So now you have decided your comfort level. All the people, all the teams are there now, 10 each. So now you have to take up corners. Corners. ठीक है. Corners मतलब last benchers नहीं बनने हैं. I will start shouting like anything. हाँ, बहुत अच्छा है ये. हाँ. Depends. Okay, so all these 10 teams should be there and they should be easily identified. Done? Understood? हो गया? तैयारी? 10 लोग, 10 team. Your choice, not a problem. You can sit, you can stand. I'll have some activity. Okay, done? Teams? Do we have the chart paper, sir? Huh. So, we have some chart papers. ठीक है? We have papers. So, what we will do is, we are going to work on emotional intelligence. Okay? So when we talk of emotional intelligence, can anybody from your team tell me, what do you mean by emotional intelligence? And specifically for HR, why emotional intelligence is important? Understand emotions and feelings of others and also to understand your own feelings. That's what I got from that team. Anybody who has to add something else? Yeah? So do we understand others' person's feelings? Do we understand others' person's feelings? Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. So do we have the chart papers? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is sympathy good? Do we really empathize? Okay. Okay. Anything else to add? Empathy, sympathy, interpersonal, understanding others, understanding self, all done. Yeah.
Being in HR, it is very important to understand the other one and actually acknowledge how the person is feeling at the moment. And based on, if we acknowledge the person's emotions, then we can actually put our own points to them as well. Since they know we are understanding them and they will be in a position to understand our point of view as well.
Okay. Fine. So can we just share this one chart paper each to the team along with the sketch pens, okay? So all the teams, what you have to do, right? So first of all, you have to name your team. Name your team, it can be anything. I'm not putting a question there. you have to write, you have to do a SWOT analysis of your team. SWOT analysis we all understand, right? SWOT analysis we all understand, right? Am I expecting it or do I need to give it back? So, what you need to do is, you need to do a SWOT analysis of your team and you have to focus on weaknesses and threats, not strengths. Can we? Understood? So, why weaknesses and threats do you think I am asking you to do? As a team, you have to do this task. But in SWOT, why am I telling you to stress on weaknesses and threats and not on strengths and opportunities? Not only understanding the loopholes, but also to accept it. Right? Emotions and feelings can only be understood when you are ready to accept the darker part of yours. Right? So it is very important in HR to judge that darkness and the reason behind it. We will go through this particular thing and then I'll do some live interviews in order to show how behavioral interviews can really change the format of an interview, so that you understand where emotional intelligence works. Right? How many of you do think that you are very strong in emotional intelligence? 1, 2, 3, 4. आ जाओ चारों बाहर. आओ बाहर आओ. All 4 strong in emotional intelligence people should come. You are carrying your pens with you, right? Done? Have you understood the activity? First, you have to give a name just in order to understand. Do a SWOT of your team. Understand the threats and the weaknesses. Right? And each of you, not each of you rather, 1 or 2 members of your team should be on the stage to talk about your weakness. And others may question it. Understood? The exercise? Anyone from your particular team, you can kind of nominate 2 or 3 people who can come with those weakness threats. And any question can come. And the person have to answer back. So, now your team management level works. Whom are you going to send and how you are going to face it? Done? So start. We have 5 minutes. Write down the name of the team and majorly write down the threats and the weaknesses. Right? If it is too personal, then don't mention. Mention something which may be common. I could have done the personal analysis if one-on-one I would have taken. Okay, the 4 people who are strong in emotional intelligence, please come up. Good. This is a case study, okay? You have to just go through it and give your answers. Put your name and go through it. If you face any difficulty in understanding, do ask me back. No kind of, discussions among yourselves. But yes, answering, there is nothing called right or wrong. It would be simply your observation, your understanding. Okay? So, do we have another one? Anyone else? I needed to, I think one more. good in emotional intelligence who feel that they are strong in emotional intelligence? है कोई? सब अपने में चार्ट पेपर में लगे हुए हैं. साथ में नहीं बैठना है. हेलो. अलग अलग चारों कोने पकड़ लो. चारों कोना जाओ. And it's a request to all three of you, don't think much. Whatever you understood, you have to keep on ticking. Okay? चलिए आपका 5 minutes complete. जल्दी कीजिए. SWOT में your weakness and your traits. That can be as a team. Don't talk of any such companies, HR books, nothing. Sir, I would request you while they are presenting, once they present up तीनों मतलब, you can question back. Okay? Let them understand the reality. You know, that is important. Because whatever they are coming up with, there has to be a cross question to it, to answer it back. Because after that, the interview part, I would take up. I never do PPT. I myself have a apathy towards PPT. See, each of your activity is very important for your learning, let me tell you. So don't take it, पहले अभी लग रहा है कि it is going to be easy. It is not. कोई कुछ पूछने की बात कर रहे थे, नाम से पूछ लो, क्या पूछना है?
इंडिविजुअल्स का सब मिला के बिकॉज एज अ टर्म
See, as a team, it's tough to decide.
We can write individual as
See, first, while you are growing as a HR professional, right? Somewhere or the other, you cannot be judgmental towards individuals. You have to have your observation quite clean and clear to understand which part, like which specific threat or which specific weakness is getting triggered among all of you. Because individual would be personal, right? As a team, there would be some or the other 1, 2, 3 points which would be connecting together. So my focus out here is more on observation, how you correlate to each other and pick up those particular areas where you feel that you are weak. See, telling your weakness is basically an acceptance towards yourself. And that is important because if you have to be emotionally intelligent and strong, you should know your darker side, you should be able to speak about it with open voice. So, this is basically a test of your personality also. How you handle a darker or a negative situation coming up. And also, are you being identifying the common cause, which is a threat or which might be a weakness? You should not be go back in terms of talking about it. Because if I ask about strength, you people would be like this. Strength बोलना बहुत easy है. And that's because we always like to be happy and good with us. We feel good talking about our strengths. This also gives you an idea while appearing for interview, how you are going to put your weakness covered. But you are telling about your weakness, but you are covering it up with a proper word. So once you come on the stage and talk about it, and people are going to ask you, just the way our HR pokes the negative part, there you have to do the debate in order to cover it up. It should not be such a negative statement where it is taking away the job from you. There lies your emotional intelligence, that how truthful are you towards your weakness also, and how you can trigger it up or cover it up with additional comments which would show it as your strength and all that. The debriefing would be this. So you have to be very clear to what you write. Okay. 2 minutes more. See, 10 लोगों का 10-12 लोगों का not possible to pick up the entire negativity, weakness, threats all together. You have to see, this is how you feel like a HR in lockdown. You have to see a correlated thing. What is it that is coming up common? Yes, identification, observing that behavior which is getting common among all. You have to pick up that. And while you come up with those behaviors here, and people start asking you, then you get to understand how to be strong emotionally in order to answer back to those people. So we have only 2 minutes. जैसे भी है, जो भी लिखा हुआ है, I'll call you up on stage. So you should have your, or like nominate your members who are going to be here. Yeah, please, yeah. Now, 3 of you come. Once this activity we complete, and 2 or 3 from each team is going to come up on the stage, give a presentation. There would be a question answer from the faculties, asking them about the situation, why. That can be really ruthless. Because if it's me, it would be really ruthless. I'll try to make it that way. Because it's about emotions. Understood? What you 3 have to do? You 3 have to understand and write the observations of each team. Observing behaviors. Okay? How they are getting reactive. What kind of questions they are not trying to answer back. Right? Or they are being covering up. You don't feel that they are, correct or maybe right to their statements. All kind of observations that can be related to speaking, that can be related to questions, that can be related to body language, that can be even related to covering up with a different statement or deviating from the topic. Okay? So with each of the team, have a piece of paper, write down your observations. Once the presentation completes, I will share my observation. You people are going to share yours. Take your paper, sit, and you 3 have to see all the teams. So we have 10 teams. Either you divide, or maybe you 3 can sit together, discuss and see, and don't try to come up with common conclusions. That means, record different behaviors. If she's taking up some different behavior, try and observe something different. Okay? So take up your maybe something you want to write and sit together in middle so that you can see all of them. Done. Which is the first team coming up? And I'm not going to, ask the team to nominate themselves. I am picking up people from the team. Chaliye. So let us, okay? Shall we start with you? 5 minutes, oh my God, lot of time. Jaldi karo. The corner ones, हो गए आप लोग का? Done? ये ऑलमोस्ट वाला किस्सा मत देना प्लीज. ये बिल्कुल ऑफिस मतलब कॉलेज की एग्जाम्स के पेपर लेने के टाइम पे ऐसा होता है. ऑलमोस्ट डन, ऑलमोस्ट डन. लास्ट क्वेश्चन, लास्ट लाइन. फ्यू हॉल कलेक्शंस, गलत है कि सही? मैम आप लोग थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चंस है ना. चलिए ऑलमोस्ट हो गए. Why you people are so very, serious about certain things? It's about your own emotions only. लिखने में इतनी क्यों? आइडेंटिफिकेशन में इतना प्रॉब्लम? I'd be requiring few of the photographs, please.
Ma'am, we have also to make report regarding this.
Okay, is it? So मुझे थोड़े से एक दो फोटोग्राफ दे देना ना मुझे. Yeah. Can I get a Caesar, please? Caesar. चलिए हो गया. आप लोग let us start with your team. Okay, done. चलो चलो चलो. We don't have much time. So who all are coming from your team? You have to stop. No more walking. चलिए आ जाइए. Yeah, what is the name of your team? Oh my God. And which are those 3 or 4 who are going to come up? 4 भी हो सकते हैं, ऐसे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Either you self-nominate or I'm going to pick you up. Choice is yours. घूम जाओ इधर सबके सब. चलिए घूम जाइए इधर. So let us talk about. बैठ जाओ, पीछे वाले नहीं दिख रहे हैं. Yeah. Okay, fine. So can we have from the second row the third from right? 6th, yeah. Yes. And corner one. And first row से the middle one. Okay, jaldi now. So based on this, the 3 students among us who have self-proclaimed to be good in emotional intelligence, they are basically our observers. पीछे है तीनों. ठीक है? So they are going to observe all of you. चलिए आ जाइए जल्दी. Yeah. You can just help me out with just a line के बराबर काटते जाना एक-एक चीज है ना ऐसे. Okay, so one have to keep a time. कोई time रख सकता है? 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. Okay. Okay, so each of the team would get 2 to 3 minutes along with your questions. Okay, along with your questions, and let us start it off, and all of us should stop working on the chart anymore. Please stop. Okay, chaliye start. 2 to 3 minutes, not more than that. Then it would be open for the questions. Okay? See, all the teams, let me give you a brief. You will get 2 to 3 minutes to put your points, not more than that. This would be majorly on your weakness and threats, not on strengths and opportunities, right? After 2 to 3 minutes, our panel of teachers and professors are going to ask you back. And even I can also ask depending on the situation, okay? And we have 3 observers who are going to observe your entire presentation and understand how you are covering questions. Threats, yeah, okay? Can we start, ma'am? No, ma'am, you are not going to ask anything on strengths and opportunities. It would be only threats and...
Start, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. The name of our team is what we represent and is what we demonstrate, which is Shakti. Everyone in our team is a female, and we all know the power of female empowerment. So let me explain the weakness of our teams first. The weakness of our team is opinions difference. Opinions in difference. Everyone has a different opinion, and everyone thinks that their opinion should be counted. That's why we have different types of opinions which come up with differences, and her opinion will be different, my opinion will be different. So there's this variety of opinion and also conflicts. Procrastination. We all deal with procrastination. Let it be male, let it be female. Procrastination is nowadays the most upcoming topic, because of which we tend to stop our work, or because of which we tend to delay our work. So procrastination. And then third point is over-analyzers and overthinkers. Who does not overthink nowadays? Everyone overthinks nowadays. So basically our weakness is overthinking and over-analyzing every situation and every aspect of the situation, and every things which could go wrong, or things mostly over-analyzers are on the negative terms, because we don't look at the good things, but we look at what bad can happen. Anamika will explain threats.
So the threat threat is external influence, because we always think that what others groups are doing, what they are writing in their weaknesses and threats and strength and weakness. And the second one is, what is burnout? Please explain.
Burnout. So doing heavy activities, and then working for 9 to 10 hours of work, workloads, and having different types of assignments, also having different types of projects, and then studies to come up. We all can burn out. Let it be teachers, or let it be students, or let it be any employee. We can burn out at some point of time. So that's a threat to our productivity, because when we burn out, we exhaust ourselves. So because of that, our productivity level decreases very much.
So the third one is gender bias, because we all are females in our group and there is a no male member. That's why our opinions are all gender biased. And fourth one is confusion, because we were very confused about what we should write in weakness and threats. And high competition.
As we know, there are a lot of groups over here, and everyone is equally capable, and everyone is also very nice, and everyone is from HRD, so many of the HR minds coming together. So that's why we thought of high competition is what we think is the threat to our group. Thank you.
Ma'am, as we are stepping into a corporate world, we are in SBUP, so we are already ready, and we know because we were in internship. So we have gone through a half of the corporate life, and we know what are the things we are going to tackle. But if there are some case happens, like if we are in a corporate and we are giving overtimes, that will come into burnout, because stress is something we have to deal, but how good we can manage it, and in corporate world it will be there. But burnout is something which affects our mental health, and it's more than the thing we do other than the stress is there, but more than that, like extra work hours doing daily in a like continuous way, or having some of the politics in office politics, that is something which affects our mental health, so it will come under burnout. See, so as you said that it will affect the human like emotional intelligence. Yeah.
So emotional intelligence can also be how what we feel and what our emotions. Sometimes in corporate world our emotion gets suppressed, or we cannot, because we have to behave in a particular way in a corporate, which is official way. Our emotions can be scattered all over the place. So burnout on the emotions will be, for example, if you want to say something to someone, but then you cannot say, so that will just keep bubbling up inside you, because most of the times in corporate emotion gets bubbled up, but you have to behave in a particular way in corporate. So that's why emotionally we can get burnout, because our thoughts are bubbled up inside.
Okay, one more question on your weakness. I guess you have spoken on weakness. That there are difference of opinions, right? You already said this. So, in such scenarios, when you feel there are difference of opinion, how do you negotiate with the conflicts? Do you understand the question?
Ma'am, repeat again.
So, since you all said that there is difference of opinion, right? You're working in a team and you find that and team members are having difference of opinions, and in some scenarios this may cause conflicts. So, how do you negotiate with conflicts when there is a difference of opinion?
Ma'am, as there were 10 females in our team, and also females are very competitive, and 10 minds came together to make a solution. So everyone had a different point, but some of the points were also doubling. Some of the points are common, or some of the points can relate to one another. One point can relate to other. So then we grouped that common points. For example, these two have some points which can be related, or which can be grouped in the same. So then we grouped some points. We also had a majority. Whichever points were more points, then we had majority. Like we choose the majority. We had seen ki which point is better, which point is not.
So, observations. Can you tell me some observations from this group? Okay. As per my observation, like from this team, emotionally they have tried to collect the points, and specifically the weaknesses where they can be very reactive towards the situation. But now, while taking it up as an answer from the questions you are taking up, or you are asking the questions and they have to give an answer to this, they are trying to cover it up with the female strength, which is the wrong way of looking into it. So, being HR professionals, let me tell you, you cannot be gender biased at any point of your life and your career. Even being you are a male or a female, you are representing an organization and you are specifically a genre, you are not a gender. Right? So when you talk of yourself or your weaknesses, your perspective towards understanding is as a overall organization, because HR is the only department which represents the organization. So how you are branding your talk is going to be the way you are doing a storytelling about your organization. This is part one. So no gender here. Second, when we talk of, when sir asked you about resilience, that does it mean a poor resilience? You people try to deviate from the topic instead of telling it can be a poor resilience. My answer to it would have been, obviously we are not very trained in resilience because we are yet too young to understand resilience. While you are answering back to questions, please keep it in mind, it has to be very, very pure and authentic when it is about emotional intelligence, because you are talking of feelings, you are not talking of some covering sugar-coated statements. And being in HR, if you cannot talk transparently, then you are not an HR. Because any company, whatever mode they would be, every employee would look ahead to have a transparency from a HR. The HR is the body who is going to be a mother at times, a sister at times, and even a teacher, professor, and a ruthless boss at times. So this is the emotions a HR should carry with everyone if you are passionate about HR. If you're only studying only HR just for the sake of it, that's your call totally. But if you have to be a successful HR, you have to play all the family roles into your life. Think of it the way you have to play it in your organization, just the way you do it in your home. Whenever there is a problem, you try to cover it up from your parents. Whenever there is a good thing, you try to go and get some appreciation from your parents. Think of it when you are in an organization. Think of it when you are a manager, when you have to do the same thing with your team members. So when it is about emotional intelligence, it is not about understanding feelings and cover it up with sugar-coated statements. It is about being transparent, giving them the real picture, and then telling them how to come out of it. So if it is, you are asking, it is a poor resilience, yes, it's a poor resilience because we are not yet subjected to resilience. So be clear about it. There is nothing wrong in telling this. Nobody is going to judge you that, okay, you are poor in emotional intelligence. People would understand it that you have understood yourself. Right? This is one. Second is, internship is not even 1/4 of experience. Internship is the cherry on the cake, just that. उसके बाहर क्या-क्या हो सकता है आइडिया ही नहीं है ना? It can be equally ruthless of putting down a paper in front of you, like throwing it to you and telling कि इसको ले जाओ फाड़ के फेंक दो. किसी को बोलो मेरे लिए चाय लाने के लिए, या फिर you get me a cup of tea, or you ask somebody to get my bag. Something which is very physical and you have to do for your boss in big corporates I'm talking of. There are many such bosses who would ask you to do this in order to understand if you are adaptable to situation. It's not that they are cunningly trying to make you a servant. Few are there, few would be there for sure. But not many, because they would understand, try and understand, चलो पढ़ के तो आ गई, लेकिन इसके बाद adapt कर पाएगी क्या? And it is not about understanding and चुप करके उसको सह लेना, but उसको करके फिर टाइम देख के उसको पूछना भी, सर ये काम आपने क्यों कराया मेरे साथ? It is very important to understand that whenever it is emotional intelligence, you talk raw. Whatever is coming inside, you have to talk that. And you should not be ashamed of it. So if I have been told ki resilience, you are poor in resilience, if I have to cover up that statement, I have been interviewed 8 times by some organizations, by many organizations, and I was not selected because I was not an MBA. I don't have any problem in saying about it, because I completed my MBA much later. It is about me I'm talking of. So I got 8 to 9 times rejected by many new companies, many big companies. What is wrong in that? Why you cannot face it? It's okay I'm rejected. तो reject होने से थोड़ी मतलब इंसान ऊपर चला जाएगा या खुद को मार डालेगा? नहीं ना? So EI is something where you understand your feelings and talk about it raw. It can be bad, it can be bad for others, bad for you, but at least think of it that you are honest to yourself. When you are honest to yourself, then only you'll be able to understand the unspoken feelings of others. It is very easy to say to understand others. It takes a life, still you don't understand. It's very easy to go by bookish definitions of EI. When it comes up to you, I'll show with few examples, interviews on stage with few of you. तब पता चलेगा कि इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस जो सोच रहे हैं वो है नहीं. चलिए, गुड, क्लैप फॉर देम. Can we have the second team, please? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. We are Team Gargi. She said to go ahead. Good morning, everyone. We are Team Gargi. As we know, Gargi is one of the most renowned scholars in the history, and we are specifically a team of females. That's why we came up with the name. So we will be going forward with first weakness and threats, which will be detailed by Neha and
Alicia. So we have written down the 6 weaknesses which we found out. First is public speaking. Most of our group members are afraid of speaking publicly. Although we have got the exposure of giving presentation in classes, but speaking in class and speaking in auditorium is a very different thing. And that's why we took a lot of time in deciding who will come to the stage. Then even it's my first time when I'm speaking in Audi. Then diversity, we have written diversity in our weakness because we don't have male perspective in our group. Although all of us are female and we can do everything, but still we don't have that male perspective. Then less familiarity because of our group members are from different institute and we are less familiar with each other.
So continue what Alicia said. The fourth point is lack of belongingness. When we say lack of belongingness, it means like we are from a different institute. So our opinions, because we are not ready to open up easily because we don't have trust on each other. So that can be the fourth point. Fifth point is hesitation. What hesitation mean is sometimes in a group we are hesitate to bring our point because we thought whatever we are speaking may wrong. So that may be a weakness. And the fifth. Yes. Yes. Also, ma'am, we are scared that depending on our personality, what we are wearing, they will judge us. So that can be a reason.
So this is real emotions understanding, real weaknesses understanding. So it's a very, very important aspect of you at this stage to understand. Like if you have face your interview, and it's a behavioral interview, let's say, and HR is going to ask you certain questions being in HR, right? So what I would request one or two of you to do a behavioral interview with me so that we can complete, because ma'am told me I don't have time. I would have taken it to a next level, but I don't have time. So I need two among you who are going to ask me questions and then I'm going to answer it back. That would be your observation. Who is going to do that? One, I guess she's interested. Okay. And who will be the one? Okay, so the two people who are going to interview me, make it sure that it's a behavioral question. HR is all about behavior, understanding, observations, and thinking if the person is going to be a good fitment for my company. So now we cannot go ahead with the company perspective. We can only take a behavioral interview. So think of two questions which can be equally very, very strong behavioral. And then come. You are going to ask me the question, I am going to give an answer. And people are going to look into it. Right? Done. Thank you. Big clap for them, please. See, we could have got.
Hello. So my first question is, ma'am, can you tell me about a time when you had to work with someone whose personality or work style clashed with yours, and how did you handle it?
So I started, thank you for your question. I started my career around 18 years back from now. So when I started, I was just a bachelor's. I completed my bachelor's in English honors and then started working without understanding what is the full form of human resources here. Right? So at that point of a time, few of the offers which I got, I specifically commented, like very categorically, like a rebel kid. I went out and there were 6 offers which I received. I ignored 5 offers because I was not very happy about the job role I was being given. One was receptionist, one was customer care, another was banking professional and all those. They were good. They were paying me good paychecks. But I was not very confident of those particular work because I didn't like the job role. So I picked my first job up as a recruitment person who had to go to clients to pick up requirements from them. And I had a boss who was exactly different from me. He was from a different background with no such experiences of clients, couldn't speak English, and also commenting on females a lot. So I faced a lot of problem because coming from a Bengali family, it was never a gender for us. We were never tried and made to feel that you were a daughter and you were somewhere, lesser than the son. So from a Bengali family, you don't expect that. So what happened is I used to follow him. Being a boss, I used to talk to him. I used to take jobs from him. But then again, after a few months, I could figure out that he was not the kind of a person I was looking forward to. And he was kind of discussing and insulting me in front in public only. So what I did is once, while I took up a time, I waited for a few months. I took all the problems up. I waited for a few months and one fine day, while he was alone, I addressed to it directly to him. He said, this is what I feel I am not being able to capture from you. Because this is something which is demotivating me a lot and this is taking my respect into a problem. I'm not being able to understand why you are giving me such statements which me as a female is feeling very insecure and like insulted. So in this way, it would be little difficult for me to carry on with this job. So if you cannot give me a respect, so that I give you a respect in return, it would be quite impossible for me to carry on with the job. If you cannot change this behavior, do let me know so that I can search for something else. This was my I picked up a point of time. It was not in front of everybody. It was not in order to pull him down, or it was not to insult him also. So time plays an action, right? But I was clear why I have to. So after that बोले लेकिन मेरा तो नेचर ऐसा है. हम तो सर आप अगर नेचर नहीं चेंज कर सकते तो मुझे जॉब चेंज करना है. Because more you take, more you accept all those opinions. अगर नहीं लेना है पहले से fix it up. Don't put yourself into that kind of a bucket where people are going to take you for granted कि नहीं इस पे तो कुछ भी कर सकते कुछ भी कर सकते. That is also understanding emotions. If you cannot talk about your bad things, like I'm feeling bad about this, good to it either. Right? This was my answer.
Ma'am, my second question is, have you ever been asked to do something that you felt was unethical in nature, and what did you do?
Unethical in nature, see, specifically if I talk about unethical, then organizations have their own ethicalities with themselves. So there is nothing which is a universal definition of ethics, but then again in HR, ethics is more important. When I choose a part of HR, I categorically took up training, talent management and talent acquisition and not compliance, being the factor that I am not a person who could actually play with words and numbers and put myself or others into some integrity. I'm bad in that. So when I pick and choose my career, I fix it up with people where ethicalities would not be a problem. So if I talk about this, then I am very, very strong in terms of what I do. And the things which I feel I cannot do, I have stopped following. Compliance, payroll, then PF, ESIC and all those parts, the other part of HR which I felt there can be a problem where I might have to do some coloring, I cannot do that specifically. I'm very open about those things. Kabhi bol di to it would be a company's error or company's problem and I may lose my job. So simply I am not a part of it. Related to ethics in this particular categories which I work in, I maintain that. And if I cannot do certain tasks, my bosses know that we cannot ask them to do. Because I am very vocal about it. Right?
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is, can you describe a situation where you had to motivate or inspire a team to achieve a challenging goal and they are not ready or they are not in a phase where they are ready to do it?
I have a team of, previously like 2-3 years back, I had a team of 5 people. 5 people who used to report to me, and there was a mishap at my place for which I couldn't manage to go do work. At that point of time, my team did a great mistake with the data. And this data went wrong and it was against the entire team that few of the team members might lose their job also. So my boss told me like either you take it up on yourself or you have to ask 2 to 3 people from your team to leave. That was a straight kind of a show cause notice to me. Either I leave or I ask 2 to 3 people from my team to leave straight away. So at that point of time, my first way of looking into it was surrendering that it was a mistake. Right? So I categorically surrendered that it was a mistake and mistake happens. I am not going to tell that I am perfect or the people there are perfect. So, but yes, if you are giving me a chance, within 3 days I am going to make it done. This is a work of near around 10,000 people which data are training related, which were wrong, right? So at that point of time, so he told like how you're going to face it. Either you leave it or get a fine or something, some or the other punishment, and then you will not lose their job, but you have to get it done within 2 to 3 days. So there was a fine of this fine should be given, so either you pay for it or your team has to pay for it. So I took it on myself. People may say that it is quite a, kind of problematic, or you are more into a soft leadership. You do not understand strictness, or you cannot run your team like this. Probably, when I took up that 10,000 fine on myself, these 5 guys, they did the work in 2 days. This is how I wanted to give them a challenge. The punishment is on me as because I am with you all. Koi bhi kar. Even if I was not there, I missed even checking up the corrections there as well. So it's equally on me. And you are having a salary which is much lesser than me. Let me take it up to myself, but you have to promise me that you have to complete this within time, 3 days. So these guys of my team, they started 9 o'clock and they completed at 2 a.m. in the morning, staying back in office. Within 2 days, they completed. This is probably setting up an example. Make them understand to accept failures. It is also important that you are also not perfect. I am also not perfect. If a manager or a leader accept failures, accept mistakes, the team also understand it, that they should accept it instead of covering it up. Once you accept it, things become easier to get a solution. So that is how I managed.
Yes, ma'am, correct. And ma'am, my second question is, can you tell me a situation where you want to tell in a company that we are taking new policies or anything, and they are not ready to, or they are not very known to that? How do you deliver that information?
Are you talking of driving a policy in
Yes,
an
ma'am.
organization?
Yes, ma'am.
So there is this one, like previously now the organization I'm working with, previous to that I was with Nokia. So with Nokia there was a policy where I had to drive that policy in 28 stores and among 150 promoters. Okay, so 150 promoters are those, blue t-shirt guys who used to stand in the Nokia stores, right? So it was something like this policy was key. There was a certain HR audits to be done every month. If they fail in each audit, then there has to be a proper punishment, or 3 warnings may lose the job. That's a policy, right? So driving that policy was tough because everybody was afraid of losing their job, right? So driving that policy for me was to understand, be there in the store with them, and it was during the festive season. That also took up. So what I did is I had to stand with them in the store. I made them understand why this sale is not happening through training, live training, why this consumer behaved the way they are behaving, and then 2 to 3 of the trainers like us, we did it for around 15 continuous days, made the evaluation, and then actually drive the policy in the stores. Because there what they understood is that this is how they have to do. See, driving a policy is easy by giving a line of action to people. But once you make them understand the reason, the use, and the good and bad part of it, it is easier for people to accept. And in being in HR, you have to understand both the aspects. If you are not telling the bad part of it and only the goody-goody, then also you are not telling. So this is something where you have to maintain a transparency. You have to be with the employees. Similarly, you cannot ditch your company. So it's a very, very topsy-turvy situation. You are just in the middle, to shampoo type, and you have to take up all good and all bad. Good को बहुत कम आएगा, bad को ज़्यादा आएगा. Because HR is such a profession, जो अगर लोग लेते हैं इधर डर के मारे ले लेते हैं, लोग आपको accept करेंगे for your powers or डर or love. दो extreme है, बीच का कुछ है ही नहीं. बाकी marketing में numbers आ सकते हैं, sales में figure आ सकता है, target आ सकता है, everything. But if you want to be in HR, either you are hated or you are loved. It's your choice what you are doing. And then again, ये hate और love के चक्कर में क्या करते हैं? We have to be good in all things. That also is a problem. You cannot be. If you have to, if I am asking this 100 people to like me, then I am fool.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
Uh,
ma'am.
since we are shorter time, we'll be taking just one or two questions from the students if they have any.
Good morning, ma'am. I am Namira Khanum from BIMM HR. My question to you is, it will be a behavioral question. Many times it happens that our manager or our reporting manager may ask us to do some task that is not ethically right, but they pressurize us to do the task. Or either Namira. So how can we navigate in that situation?
See, when you have to navigate in such situation, you have to have a personal brand being defined. Are you somebody who can go with it? Or you are somebody who would be negative about it? See, there are two behaviors. One is you don't want to do it. Another is you become reactive, you shout, you give big lectures. That is second. Right? Third is you very jolly well tackle it in a way that I have not done it also, but I have got it done. There are three situations here. One is आपको ना बोलना है बिना ना बोलना, right? So if you don't like that job, can you please sir or sir or ma'am, whoever it is, can you please ask somebody else to do this? If your boss or maybe the reporting manager is a person who understands you better, he or she will not be able to do it. If they don't understand you, then you have to take this, can you give it? Because I don't feel I am the right person. I may do a mistake or I may not be able to accept it. Nobody is going to मारो थप्पड़ नहीं लगा, you talk. हम लोग का प्रॉब्लम क्या है, बॉस को प्लीज करने के लिए उसको भी मारो. बॉस ने बोला है तो करनी पड़ेगी. It's okay, I know. That's a respect in return. But at a little more I could see. What are you going to kill yourself that you're not being able to do it? Or you're going to give big lectures and being reactive? Then also उधर हुआ इधर का. So it's better to accept कि शायद I am not the right person to do it. Can you please ask somebody else to do this? No, you only have to do it. Then come back, go for it. Start doing it. The place where you feel is the biggest, the harshest mistake, जो तुम ले नहीं पा रही, go back with the explanation from someone else. ये part I am not being able to understand or grasp it. Can you explain me how to grasp it? People. The person would understand which point of the entire task is triggering you. A person like me would understand, but there are some bosses who only go by tasks. So उनको समझ में आगे भी नहीं आएगा. And with freshers तो नहीं आएगा. करना है मतलब नौकरी रोजगार के लिए करना है. But you cannot lose the job also at that point of time. So you have to be very, very clever. You can say the word can't. आपको ना भी नहीं करना है और आपको अपना पॉइंट भी रखना है. तो फिर you can get this answer that ये नौकरी रखने के लिए या कहीं पे भी काम करने के लिए you need to do certain ups and downs. Learn it. ये आएगा वापस. I'm afraid sir I've not been able to. मतलब शायद 5 साल बाद सीख ली, but अभी शायद नहीं हो पाता. When you talk about this, you are also emotionally free. Don't get that suppression in yourself. It should give you a mental disaster. करने के बाद you will start because your generation is like that. ना express करो, suppress कर लिया अपने अंदर, फिर ये वो addiction, suicidal attempt. हम लोग क्या लात थप्पड़ खा के भी खड़े रहते. अभी के बच्चे नहीं हो सकते. क्यों? ऐसा क्यों किया मेरे साथ? ये आ जाता. So then you have to speak. You cannot be you. Or yeah. Any more? No questions? Sir, done.
Thank you for sharing your valuable insights, ma'am. So to express our heartfelt appreciation to Ms. Sangita Sarkar ma'am for her invaluable insights and presence today, I now invite Dr. Gopal Krishnan sir, Director BIMHRD, to kindly come forward and present a token of gratitude.
To conclude this enriching session, I now request Senior Student Manager Akansha Verma to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. I, Akanksha Verma, Senior Student Manager at Balaji Institute of Management and Human Resource Development, Sri Balaji University, Pune, interned at Kalpataru, am truly honored to extend my heartfelt appreciation to our distinguished guest, Ms. Sangita Sarkar ma'am, for gracing us with her presence today. Your insightful perspectives have broadened our understanding and encouraged critical thinking. Allow me to underscore the noteworthy insights from this enlightening session. First, if you want to be a futuristic HR leader, you have to come out of your comfort zone. Second, when you are representing any organization, you are a genre, not a gender. Third, emotional intelligence is all about painting the raw and real picture of emotions, and many more. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to our Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Dean, Directors, Deputy Directors, faculty members, and to all our student managers. With great gratitude, we celebrate the success of today's session, knowing that the inspiring and motivating thoughts will resonate in our future endeavors, leading us towards new heights. Thank you and have a nice day.